All right, I think we're live. Let me double check in the group because I know since I changed the link to join us this morning, um, our our crew is probably waiting for us to appear live so they can get the link. All right. Okay. So I am going to let's see if I can check, as you guys know, I'll be trying to make sure that we are live. Um, Teray. I see Teray. Found the link, but I don't see. Good morning, Teray. Good morning. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think I see. Yes, I see it now. I see it now. So let me do this. Demetra. There's Heather. Teray is already here. Let's see. Glow.
Hi, Heather.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Who am I missing? Shawana? I don't know if Shawana is in the country though. I'm just going to do Demetra Z Glow. Who am I missing, y'all? Dr. Tachi? Okay, cool. Because I forgot that it's a new month. Happy August, everybody. I forgot it was a new month. And so I forgot to put the events in the group. And I forgot that I just told you guys yesterday that I was changing the Zoom link. I was like, Shay, you didn't do everything you were supposed to do. They don't know how to come on. So I tried to throw up an event right quick. And then Demetra inboxed me and was like, is it at 9:15? I'm like, I don't know what that doggone event
That's what
is.
it says. Like,
And
no.
that is not what I what I put on there. And so I was like, see, this is why me and Facebook don't get along all the time.
Mhm.
But all right, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get started. Look, we're gonna get started.
Mhm. Not only
All
is it
right.
August 1st, but it is a full moon
I know. I'm excited
and it's a
about
prosperity moon.
we need prosperity around here. So thank you. All right, let's get started. Welcome to your Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I'm your host, Shay Cannon. I am an award-winning fractional chief operating officer to an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7 figure CEOs. However, I have this mission, y'all, and my mission involves you. It involves entrepreneurs and small business owners that are struggling to make their first 6 figures in business. So I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. And I'll spare you the story, but just know I'm in Mexico right now. Okay. And so this segment, this morning show that goes about 45 minutes, we go to the hour, is all about giving you transformational information for your business growth. And it is just for this community. It is definitely exclusive to this community. If you are new to this community, which I know a few of you are, what's happening is you can either watch from the group and participate in the comments, or as we get to know you, because we've had trolls, we will allow you to come on and in studio and talk to us. So that is a hugely entertaining thing, because as you'll see, we have regular guests like Teray and Heather and Cheryl, and we all have our own personalities. We all entertain you in different ways, so you'll get to know us. And so, yes, we invite you to become a part, but we have discussions. And what I often say is, I am not the only genius in the room. Okay. So we have other geniuses and they impart their wisdom as I'm imparting mine. Okay. So this week, what we're talking about are marketing words. We've already revealed today's topic under marketing words in the blog talk. If you're interested in jumping ahead and going to the blog, it is at shaycannon.com/words. Words. Okay. We will be working off of this blog all week long. We are actually in the section 2 of the blog because we're in day 2. Okay. We're in day 2. And so yesterday, what we talked about were urgency words. No, we talked about, well, yeah, scarcity words, right? And that is when you need to put urgency into your marketing. Okay. Urgency into your marketing. Now, why am I talking about marketing words in the era of Chat GPT? And it is because all of y'all's words are sounding the same now that you're all using ChatGPT, right? And I tell the story of how I came up with unlock before ChatGPT started telling all of y'all my word. So now all of us are unlocking, unleashing all of these things. So what I decided over the weekend was it would be valuable to you to have other words that you can substitute in when you're using ChatGPT, because I'm not telling you not to use it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you may want to supplement some of the words so that you don't look like everybody else using ChatGPT, okay? So yesterday, our group of words were scarcity words, okay? And you just use those words to create a sense of urgency when you're giving a call to action, okay? You use them to, because what we want is we want them to take the action sooner rather than later. So you add in urgency, and there was a group of urgency words. If you would like to know those words, you can either go to the blog post or guess what? The replay from yesterday, because we always put in extra good stuff in the replay. So make sure you watch the replay. Now, today's grouping of words are money and value words. Money and value words. Now, why would you need to use these? Because we need another way to express the value of our offers rather than giving you the price tag, right? You give the price tag once, you can't just keep hitting them over the head with the price tag, right? You now need to give them words that kind of defines the value for them and gives them another type of money value, okay? Now, let me go through the whole list. You know, Blog Talk got like what, 5 words? I don't know, but it's a whole list. I'm about to give you the whole list. All right. So money and value words: bargain, best, big, billion, bonanza, bonus, cash, cheap, discount, dollar, double, economical, exclusive, like this community, explode, extra, feast, first, free, freebie, fortune, frenzy, frugal, gift, giveaway, greatest, guilt-free, inexpensive, jackpot, limited edition, like me, luxurious, marked down, massive, monetize, money, more, nest egg, new, pay zero or zero, premiere, price break, prize, profit, pay, quadruple, reduced, rich, save, savings, 6-figure. Let me go back to rich. That's like Auntie Shaky. Y'all see Auntie Shaky down there? Okay, anyway. Skyrocket, soaring, special, surge, treasure, triple, ultimate, upsell, value, and whopping. When was the last time you heard the word whopping describing something, right? So all of these are words that you can use to describe the value of your offer, okay? The value of your offer. And so at least there should be at least a few of them either you have never used or a few of them you haven't used in a while, right? So I want to know, how are you guys going to start intermingling these words, right? Intermingling these words. I want to know what was some of your favorites, right? Or maybe one. You might not have remembered all of them. So for those of y'all like, she read that kind of quick, where did I get this list? Go to the blog. It's at shaycannon.com/words. The entire list is there. And that link is in the bottom if you need that link. But I'm going to start with Auntie Shaky. Auntie Shaky, from that list, what is a word or two that you're going to start using to describe the value of your offer? Auntie Shaky, we're going to wait till Auntie Shaky she's walking. She probably can't even get to the mute button. Y'all know how y'all are when y'all on these phones. All right, Auntie Shaky, when you can come back, let us know. Dania has joined us. Dania, we've missed you. What are one or two of these words that you'll be using to describe your offer?
I think I really want to start using the word bonus.
Ooh.
Because when I know how, like you said before, when we're presenting like a package to someone and we're telling them, I don't give the extra bonuses that come with, whatever package it is that they have. I'm just mostly just listing the things that are included. So I think I want to start using the word bonus.
I like it. I like it. And we do use, I use the word bonus a lot, right? Because what I have learned from my mastermind and different people in my former mastermind is that the bonuses can make the value of your offer, actually. In fact, if you go by Jason Flatlin, who wrote the book One to Many, he says you should make your bonuses even more valuable than your offer, so they know the only way to get it is to get your offer, right? So that's another thing. So I love bonuses. Let's go to Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl, you are a wordsmith, so this week is just probably tickling you silly. But what words will you start to use that would probably only a reminder to you to describe your offer?
Well, all of them went out of my head when you started doing whopping, and that was the one that just stood there. So I was sitting here going, a whopping bonus. Get the whopping bonus, or you get the whipping for not getting the course. It just crazy stuff started going through. But I started playing around with whopping. I think I'm gonna see what I can do with that, because that can be interesting.
Listen. Yes, I think so. I got to, and I was like, I like saying whopping. It's a whopping good time. I mean, that's a hugely good time right there. Whopping. All right,
I'm done. I'm done.
No problem. Let's go to our other wordsmiths, the journalists of the crew. Heather, what words stood out to you that you know you're going to start using?
Well, I already used bonus, so that's already like part of it. But I think I don't know. See, now that I'm sorry, but whopping is a good one.
It is, right?
Bonanza.
Yes.
It's a bonanza of words.
Love it. Love it.
I can't, sorry.
Just saying, it's a bonanza. All right. Let's go to Teray. Look, Teray's like, hey, you usually start with me, and I was ready to go today. It wasn't a hard question. Sorry about that, Teray. We started from the bottom and came up. But Teray, what are a couple of words that you liked from the list that you're going to start using?
Okay, so this is the thing. When you started reading those words, my brain was seeing colors, okay? And so it made me just think of what colors capture your attention. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Have you ever walked into a room and you're like, whoa, that's real red, or that's real yellow, or lights, or just bright neon? Wow, that's real Kermit the Frog green. Like that's, you know what I mean? And yes, that's the effect that I want whenever I use these words. So, I mean, while I could use all of these words, the words that stood out to me was big and huge, because that's the feeling that I want whenever I use those words. So whenever I say, this is big, when you say it like that to people, they're like, oh, why is it big? Like, you know what I mean? They're waiting for whatever comes next. Listen, everybody, this is huge. Listen to what I have to say. This is huge. And they're like, oh, it captures like colors. So that's what I thought of.
I like that. In fact, that's a great segue into us talking about how to use these words, right? Because we go deeper. So that's really like I would say, if we're going to use huge, right? The hugeness or the boldness of a word should dictate how often you use it or how you use it, right? So if the word is a little more watered down, you can use it more often. You can use it, as no big deal, right? Because what we're talking about is a spectrum of words, from cheap to very expensive, right? The value that we're showing. But if you want to use the bolder words, maybe those words should be used in places like the button that is the call to action, right? Because we want them to really, if we want to elicit that quick feeling of emotion, right? If we wanted to resonate, huge, oh, it's huge. You know what I'm saying? We kind of want to use it at a point that it's most useful, right? And so those bolder words can be saved for the actual buttons that is like the buy now, right? Or this is if you want huge savings, right? So that could be on the button. But I'm jumping out of order. So I have already have some notes for you guys, and that is when to use money and value words, right? We also want to use it when, well, I've already talked about how we want to show either the expensive end or the cheaper end. And like I said, neither is right or wrong. It depends in the context and the strategy in which you're using these words, right? So when to use these money and value words includes for pricing and discounts, okay? Pricing and discounts. Look at Stacy. She looks like coming in from Africa. Look, I don't think they done seen you, Stacy. Look, she on video. You on the good Wi-Fi today. Okay, let me get back to it. Okay, when to use money and value words, okay? When you want to show pricing and discounts, right? Especially when you're having a sale. Not necessarily that it's discounted all the time or it's priced low all the time. You can use it then, but you definitely want to use it when this thing is not often discounted, right? So you want to use it then. You want to use it in the product features and benefits, because remember, we're describing more than the price. We're describing the offer itself with these words, right? So when you're describing the benefits and you're describing the features, which is what they get, right? Not the transformation, but what they get, you want to use some of these money and value words. When you're doing brand positioning, right? When you're doing brand positioning. So when I talk about this, my clients, right? I talk about an exclusive clientele. That's a value word, right? So that's a part of my branding. I'm a fractional chief operating officer to an exclusive clientele. I don't work for just anybody, and I don't work for everybody. I have an exclusive clientele. So you can use it to position your branding. Calls to action. We've already talked about that. Your content marketing, right? And that's the marketing that's not even promotional. That's just your everyday marketing. You can use it to show the distinction of something like Teray said, I have an announcement. It's huge, right? So you can do that about the announcement, and the announcement can have nothing to do with like promotional of you buying. The announcement could be, my recent huge announcement is that I'm turning this group into a free mastermind of sorts, right? Because when I did my research and I was like, okay, how do you build a great, valuable community? Well, they said you got to give networking opportunities. You give information and education. You guys get to spend time together, all of these things. And I was like, I've been in multiple masterminds, and that's kind of like what I used to pay for, right? And so I was like, if we have to put all of that in here, why not put it all in here and go ahead and make it like a mastermind, right? So that is the value I'm looking forward to giving. And guess what? It's huge, right? So we can describe, our content in using these words too. Now, why? I think I kind of told you why, but let's go into why anyway. You want to communicate affordability, or you want to communicate luxury, right? One of the two with the words. You want to emphasize benefits. So that's what Teray did when she said, this is huge. She was emphasizing the benefit, because at the end of the day, everything's not huge. Most things are just regular, right? This is huge. All right. You want to influence decisions. Okay. Influence decisions. You want to enhance perceived value. That's why we're using these words. Truth be told, that's why I cuss, right? Let me tell you a story. So I went to a religious school, right? I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and I went to a religious school. But when I first hit public school, there were these colorful words that people were using and saying, y'all. And I was like, what are these words? I've never heard before. And when I caught on to what they meant, man, I haven't looked back since 5th grade. Let me tell you. So now, as a grown person, what happened was, people to try to get you to stop cussing, they tell you, oh, people who cuss just are not smart enough to use other words. Well, let me tell you how smart I am, and I still use the words. There's nothing more colorful than adding a cuss word to me, but hey, perceived value. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference in saying, hey, be quiet, shut up, and shut the F up, right? There's a difference. The perceived value is different. So words mean stuff. It adds value. It adds emphasis, all of these things. And so this is why you use the different words, okay? Now, what are some of the techniques? Okay, because we're going deep, right? We're going deep. What are some of the techniques of using these money and value words? Well, you can compare stuff, right? You can compare stuff. So in a sentence or in a paragraph, you can tell them how the competitor is this, but how you're that, right? Or how what people usually get is this, but what you're giving is that, right? So you can do it like that. Use a comparison. You can highlight the return on investment. That's what's missing from some of our marketing stuff, right? We forget to highlight the return on investment. the transformation that they're going to get. What is it that makes what you're offering just priceless, right? Invaluable, right? Those are words too. Y'all get those money words, those value words? Priceless, invaluable. So you want to kind of show them that there's a return on investment, and tenfold. I like that phrase. I've been using that lately. Tenfold. You want to use specific numbers sometimes, but sometimes you don't. So in lieu of using specific numbers, you can use your value words or your money words to create visuals. That's what Teray did, right? She said certain words make her see color, right? It's not that she got bumped in the head. It's what she's saying is in the color spectrum, some colors are muted and some colors are bold, bright, neon. And so that's these words. Some of these words are muted and some of these words are bold, bright, neon, right? So great value add, Teray. Thank you. Told y'all I'm not the only genius in the room. All right. You want to use it to tell stories and use testimonials, okay? You want to hype up the value of what people have gotten from you. You want to hype up the value in the stories that you tell, right? So I often story tell. I just told you a story of why I like to cuss, and I try not to cuss every day, but hey, I love it. Solving pain points, right? Solving pain points. When we're talking about pain points, we want them to we want to press that pain point. We use value words like worse, or, if you're from the hood, worser. But I'm just saying, we use these words to help to identify the degree of something, right? So when we're talking about pain points, we want to talk about the degree of the pain, because we want them to choose our offer to solve that pain, to ease that pain. And so we use these value words. And last but not least, we want to use them to incorporate emotional appeals. Okay, emotional appeals. The people who are the most persuasive with their words tug at your emotions, right? They're persuasive. Emotions are persuasive. So now that I've added this gambit of techniques and why and when and how to use these words, come off the mic and tell me if you've heard something that you had not thought about when you're going to use these words that you're going to start using in some of these places in areas of your business. So anybody can come off the mic and tell me, or I'll act like I'm still at the church school and start pointing fingers at people and calling your name. All right, Stacy. So hey, Stacy from Africa, looking all cute with your updo. What in these techniques, what did it make you think of as an area of your business that you're going to start to use these money and value words?
I think the one that I was taking notes, that's why I was looking down, but about experiences, emotional appeals, about the transformational experience that someone has received by coming to volunteer here. So I've had many people, I would say about 80% of the people who have come to volunteer have said it has changed their lives. They've changed their minds about their careers and that sort of thing. So I think to highlight that, because that's a part of my money-making thing when people come over here, they're doing tours and things. So thank you for that, because I didn't think about it that way.
Not a problem. And when you say here, tell the people what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm in Tanzania.
Cool beans. All right. Let's see. Shaky, are you available? Auntie Shaky, are you available yet? Give you a moment to unmute in case you are available, and I don't think you are. So Demetria, I know you kind of came in on the tail end and you had to come in on one device and another device. However, you're finally with us now, and you have your Cancun picture in the background. Shout out to Mexico. But as you have heard some of these words, as you have heard some of the techniques and the uses that you can have of these words, have you kind of rediscovered an area in your business that you need to start using them? All right, you're unmuted. Let's see if we can hear you though. And then as soon as you started talking, you muted yourself again. Nope. Okay, now try.
Okay, guys.
Yes. Uh-oh. Right when we had you, we lost you, Demetra. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Woo, and then it went fast forward. All right. Look, we're going to leave you and your devices alone. We're going to leave you to your devices. So, Dania, we haven't heard from you in a while. Welcome back, Dania. How are you going to use some of these words that you are realizing there are other areas of your business that you can use these money and value words? Let us know.
I want to use them in a couple of ways. Like I said, one, when I'm, giving a pitch to potential clients, but I also want to use them in my social media. I need to do more in posting and making my presence known online. So I think that that's really what I want to start with. That, and thanks, Heather, promoting my book.
Mm-hmm. Come on now. Come through, book. I love it. And Dania, you and I are both in the boring industry of operations, right? So we definitely have to pep up all of our marketing and press pain points because without pain points, people do not care about operations at all. So yes, we definitely have to use them a little more than most. So Dr. Tachi just joined us, and so I don't think she's heard enough to even know what's going on. So we're going to go to Ray. Did you uncover some areas of business that you're like, I didn't even think to put it over there, or I forgot about using it over there?
Yeah, I think what you made me remember is that these words evoke emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one thing for me to, be like big, you know what I mean? But if they don't feel anything, it doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why hitting those pain points is so important, because it touches on that soft spot, you know what I mean? But the words help do that. You know what I mean? The words help to, like, we're over here trying to convince people to buy. We don't have to do that. All we have to do is use the right words to, evoke that emotion. And that starts with, for me, it's in that social media, it's in those videos. Whenever people are learning your personality, learning who you are, they're developing this relationship with you while you're interacting with them. They feel like they're interacting with you. I feel like those words help them understand who you are and what you're about. So I think it's a combination of things. They're figuring out who you are. They're learning to trust you. You're using these words that are touching them, in that soft space, and it's evoking that emotion. It's more than just emotion, because emotions come and go. But whenever you touch them on the insides with those words, then they feel a connection to you. Connection, that's the word. They feel a connection to you. So that to me, that's key. And then for me, it'll work in other areas, email marketing, posts, stuff like, you know what I mean? Words where they're reading. But for me, it starts with those videos, because they can hear your voice, they can hear your tone, they can hear your excitement, they can see how big it is. And then all of it comes together to create this connection.
Most definitely. When I send my email list gets a different me, right? Because they're getting thoughts straight out of my brain. My email list is not a newsletter that has these sections like a newspaper. It's really my thoughts, and I give tips and tools, and I remind them the other places that I train or give value. But it's really my thoughts, because I want them to know that I am a person. I want them to know that what they're feeling, they're not alone. I want them to know that even though we can be the expert, it doesn't mean we aren't human and we don't go through things, right? We have to be reminded of the things that compose our expertise sometimes. One of the things I feel like coaches and experts trap themselves in is they feel like they have to show up as perfect all the time. But people resonate and connect with you better if they see you as a real person. They see you as a person that is transparent, that is kind of like them, instead of seeing you as somebody who's always perfect that they have to compare themselves to, right? So I love that. And we're talking about pain points, but these words also can help you with sharing the transformation and the dream, right? So if you're going to talk about the pain points, don't just talk about pain points, talk about that first, and then uplift them with reminding them of the dream, right? Remind them of the transformation, remind them of where they want to be. So the pain point may be where they are, but where do they want to be? So we can use these words to show the value of the transformation also, right? So Heather, oh wait, we got Glow in the comments over here. She's rocking and rolling with us. She says she connects more with me because I'm always being myself. She says she can't deal with fakeness. So there you go, y'all. What I know is the fact that I care about you guys having a successful business, and I care about you. What I have been told is it shines through in the way that I give you information, in the way that I take my time to kind of figure out what you need and try to give it to you, in the way that I impart that information to you, and that I'm not trying to talk over your head. I'm trying to make sure that you understand. And when you do understand it a different way, the way that we connect, right? So I love that you use connect to right. Heather, you were ready. What areas of your business are you now going to start using some of these words?
Well, I think because we talked about this a little bit last week, and specifically in terms of Glow, she was like, well, hair and, and Trey kind of cut through the noise, right? She was like, doesn't matter. What you're actually doing to their hair doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter. It's how you make them feel when they are done getting their hair done, right? So it's the confidence that gets instilled, right? So it's all of that sort of thing. And I've been incorporating those words more so by hitting on emotions about, like, you've had this book stuck in your head for 10 years. How's that been going? Like, it's living rent free in your head. Like, how's that feeling, right? Get it out and feel that relief. Get it out. Yes. So I've been trying to like play more on that sort of approach. And just trying to get people to, and then focus also more on the transformation that happens because they do that. Like, what can that book lead to for them? So
I love it. Thank you. Auntie Shaky, I saw your mic blip. Are you where you can add? Okay, what does that say behind you, boo-boo? Okay, mogul what? Mogul what? Look, please unmute and tell us what's going on here.
Oh, it says mogul lifestyle. I need to take it down. It was from the event that I did last night.
No, I like mogul lifestyle. Come on now, come through.
Okay.
All right, what did you want to add, T Shaky? We've done so much since you were unable to come off the mic. What would you like to add?
So I was listening to the different words and the different adjectives and stuff like that, and what I would like to add to my business is, tag, I had the word. You had said a word. Transformative.
I said so many words, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I know you said so many words,
but I'm like,
but transformative is a really good word that I would like to start using inside of my businesses and probably some of my webinars.
Yes. And Auntie Shaky, tell people what you do, because
Okay.
I specifically stopped and called you the rich auntie. I know people are like, what does that mean? Why she calling her the rich auntie?
Exactly. So I am a financial strategist, and I am the CEO of the Financial Matchmaker and the creator of the perfect SIR to building wealth, which is stocks, insurance, and real estate.
Love it, love it. So now y'all see why I called her the rich auntie. But yes, thank you, Shaky, for imparting your wisdom to the peoples. But yes, and Stacy even added another word where she kind of combine something, affordable luxury. And I know Shaky like it's either luxury or it's affordable, but yeah, affordable luxuries. I have heard that used before, so thank you, Stacy. So these words, right? Words have power. Words have power. We always talked about, or we always told that we should watch our words, right? We should mind our words. You may have heard this from a grandmother or an elder. You've probably heard this in your churches or your religious establishments, right? Your institutions. Words have power. So how you use words, okay, means something, right? So whatever you're trying to do to invoke the feeling, because it's not about manipulation. It's really about focus. Where do I want your focus to be? I want your focus with my marketing to be that I want you to come out of this pain, right? And I want you to come into this transformation. I know you want the transformation. You probably came across me and my marketing because you want this specific transformation, right? So like one of the ladies said, I'm going to tell you, like, I think it was Heather, like, you don't have to stay over here, right? You don't have to keep thinking about how life would be. What if you started with the solution now? How much better could your life be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? Where could you be, right? So when we're using these words, when we're using our language, right, what we're doing is we're trying to show them with the words what the transformation will be, right? We're trying to help them, again, like I said yesterday when we were talking about scarcity words. We're really trying to get them off the fence, right? I'm not a salesperson. I might be using words that people deem salesy, but I'm not a salesperson. If you tell me no, I'm gonna stop at your no. But if you don't tell me no, I feel like there's a yes, and you simply need more information to make your decision. So I'm going to use words to help you to compare your current state to the state that you want, right? I want to compare your pain to what could be the ease of that pain, what could be the dream, right? So, yeah, this is all okay. So Teray said my voice is not as loud. Y'all not hearing me? Is my volume tripping? What's going on today? I don't know.
I hear you fine.
Look, Teray.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
But it's not loud.
Whenever
as I usually
everybody
am.
else talks, their voice is louder, and I'm sitting here with the volume like, what? How come? And so I was wondering if maybe if I could let you know if maybe your mic or something.
I got you. So let's see, because y'all know I be touching stuff and doing stuff. I touch my mic when I'm talking. Look, I be holding a little thing and I ain't supposed to hold it because it's on the stand. So ain't no telling. I could have knocked it down a bit. I'm not sure. But hopefully. Okay, now it's close to the 100. Y'all know I'm already loud, so I'm gonna leave it right there.
Well,
But yes, what you say, Dr. Tachi? What would you like to add, Dr. Tachi? I think by now you've heard enough. What would you like to add?
I haven't, because people are working in the front room, so I just stepped back in. But I wanted to tell you really quickly about the microphone. Now, with mics, the closer it is to your mouth, the more you can hear. And you can hear when you move it around, when it gets farther away from you, it's less. So it needs to be closer to your mouth. That's what that is.
So if y'all didn't know, Dr. Tachi has like a double PhD in cinematography. And she be around here with all this expertise. She's the reason why I have backlighting and this particular mic and this particular camera. So if you heard the judgment in her voice, it's because she really was judging me.
There was no judgment, but there was judgment.
See? Y'all see? Okay, so the mic is now more in front of me and I'm talking over it like I was taught. It's not pointing towards I'm talking.
I hear you better now, but thank you, Dr. Tachi.
So, Dr. Tachi, what have you heard? Look, what can you add? Look, Glow's over there laughing at us. What have you heard, Dr. Tachi, about today's grouping of marketing words, which is about money and value? I know you missed a list of words, but I know you know some lists of words. But when we talked about how to use them and what areas of business we'll use them in, did that spark anything new for you in how you would use these words?
Would you like a fantastical made-up answer, or would you like the truth?
I want a fantastical made-up answer.
Yes, they will help me very much. Because I don't know what the words are, and I have no damn idea what today is about because I've had to go in and out, so I'm sorry.
Oh my God. And this is why it's a morning show. It would not be a show without characters, is what I'm going to tell you. So Dr. Tachi, the full list, of course, you already know, is in the blog post. The blog post is at shaycannon.com/words. And I implore you to catch the replay for the different ways we've talked about playing with these words in the category of money and value, right? So marketing words are basically descriptors, right? I think it was Auntie Shaky that said adjectives, or was it Teray? I can't remember. But one of you said adjectives. They're descriptive words. Right? And so what we have to do is describe things. We don't want to flatly just tell people what the offer is, how much it costs, right? We want to describe things. We want to evoke emotion. We want to evoke visuals, right? We want them to visualize the pain that they're in so that they'll want to come out. We want them to visualize the life that they want so they'll want to step in, right? So that's what we're doing today. I tell you what, are we at the part of the show where, hey, do you have any questions? Can I help you with anything? So does anybody have any questions? If so, come off the mic. Auntie Shaker, you have no idea that you need to meet Dr. Tachi, most definitely. Everybody needs to meet Dr. Tachi. So does anybody have any questions? Questions about your business, questions about the use of today's grouping of words, questions about marketing words, anything? Stacy, what you got?
I don't know if this is related or not, but I'm trying to like do SEO stuff, and I don't really understand what that means. Like if we're taking these words and we're plugging these into Google, I don't know if there's any insight or where you could point me to go looking.
I'll tell you what, it's funny you should say that. If you go to the blog post, shaycannon.com/words, in there, I point you to another blog post that I did a while ago that had a whole bunch of resources for you for your marketing message, right? So in the first introductory paragraph, I point you back to that blog post. In that blog post, it teaches you about keywords, where to go find them. And so it gives you a whole bunch of resources so that what SEO is when you're describing your offer, when you're describing yourself, when you're describing anything, you're using words that are the words people are using when they search. So that when they're searching for things that resemble what you have to offer, they find you. Does that make sense? So if social media is about you trying to catch somebody's attention, SEO is the secret weapon in being there when they're searching for you. So when we are doing our titles of our emails, when we're doing well, not emails so much, but the titles of blog posts, when we're doing the titles of Facebook groups and products and services and offers, it's best to use the words as people would search for them, rather than the nice little fancy words we try to use that nobody knows what it means. Or we've taken a word from another genre or industry and put them in ours, but that's not what people are looking for. You know what I'm saying? So you can be cute or you can be found. That's the synopsis of SEO, right?
Okay.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. What you got, Dr. Tachi?
Nothing. I wanted to just use that emoji. No, I'm kidding. I do have something for real.
So Dr. Tachi's around here raising her hand and then saying she don't want nothing, in case y'all missed that. But yes, Dr. Tachi, please proceed.
Must you lambast me? The two really quick things. With ChatGPT, do you find that to be helpful with SEO words, finding or using SEO or finding SEO words? And then do people tend to get fatigued from these words, so the list of words? Does it feel like crying wolf after a while because people see it so often?
So I love that you asked that. So ChatGPT is not the place I would use for my SEO words. I refer you back to that blog post that's in the introductory paragraph of this week's blog, because it has the actual places that focus on SEO as words, right? I feel like ChatGPT is just giving you synonyms, not necessarily in the way people are searching. And the second part of what you said is exactly why we're doing this week, right? Because people are using the same words over and over again, and they're getting them from ChatGPT, and so they're all looking alike. So that's one part of what you said. The other part of what you said is, what if we're using these words so exciting and then people come in and it's not exciting, right? That's that cry wolf part. That's why we need to make sure that we're using the correct words. That's why we need to make sure that we're in front of the right people. That's why we need to make sure that when we're talking to our ideal client, we're using the words in the way that they would want us to use the words. So that was a great question. Because at the end of the day, there's no convincing someone who is not your ideal client in the first place, right? So you're wasting a lot of time, money, and energy. But if you're talking to your ideal client and you're using the words that evoke emotion from them and you're giving them a payoff on that emotion, then that's the key. So I love that, Dr. Tatcha. Thank you. All righty, y'all. We're at the top of the hour. This was great. Look, I had a blast. So this was awesome. We'll be back tomorrow with our next group of words. So I want you guys to have a great day. Tune in tomorrow. And guess what? Guess what? Somebody say what? Somebody say what?
Hey,
I don't
what?
I don't know what lamblast means. Dr. Tatcha used the word lamblast. I have no idea what that means. So I'm about to go Google it and see what she said. What does she mean by lamblast? So that's your homework too. Come back and tell me what lamblast means. Stacy's off the mic. Do you already know what that means? Dr. Stacy?
Oh, no, sorry. I mean,
Okay, I was gonna say, I know you smart, doctor,
It's like
but
hit you
you know what
hard.
lamblast means?
Hit you
What you
hard.
got, Cheryl? You want to
Slam
tell
you.
us?
Yeah, it
What does
hit
it
you
mean, Cheryl?
hard, slam you, just inundate you.
Oh, okay. Like bukkake. And I'm gonna end with that. You guys have a great day. The virtual studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody.